It's good to go. Hi, Facebook world. I'm Steve, as you know, because you're on my page and feed and all that stuff. I'm here with the myth, the man, the legend, Mr. A. Don't call him Mr. B, Mr.
Thank
C.
you.
Or don't even call him Mr. 2 because he's number 1 in our hearts.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my introduction for you, buddy. I'm here with Peter Alsher. I didn't know his name was Pete.
Doctor.
Dr. Peter Alsher.
Now the applause for Dr. Peter Alsher.
If it hadn't been for Menor High, I would never be where I am today, okay?
You know, you always made class fun for us, and a lot of people care about you, and we're wondering, like, what's going on with you.
Yeah, right.
So tell us, what have you been up to since, like, it's almost been 20 years since most of us graduated high school?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I figured that Menor High was such a good place, to be a sub. I'd get a teaching degree and teach high school, okay? So I went to, I forget where it was, Notre Dame, and I got myself a teaching certificate. Cost plenty of money. And then I went down to Chardon. They sent me down there to be an apprentice, and that's where all the problems began, because I would, I was very enthusiastic, and my students got enthusiastic, and they wrote me papers. And so I started to correct the papers. The trouble was, it took me till midnight to correct them because there were so many, let's call them errors in spelling and syntax. So I corrected them all, and I gave them back. And that's when my teacher called me into her office. And she says to me,
"Take care.
Peter, how late at night did you stay up correcting these papers?" And I says, well, to tell you the truth, it took me quite a while. How long exactly? Well, it took me till midnight. And she said to me, well, I don't have until midnight to correct these papers, and I never will. So I said, what am I supposed to do? I thought I was the apprentice. I should do a good job. And then she says, well, you did do a good job, and my students got really excited that somebody paid attention to their papers. And I said, isn't that good? And she says, no, it's not, because I haven't got the time to do that. And when you leave, Mr. Alsher, Dr. Alsher, I don't care, they're going to start asking me, why don't you, Mrs. Horath, do what Peter... It's not going to happen. So I says, what do you want me to do with the papers? And she says, let me show you something. You see this? This is a student's paper. I says, okay, and what do you do with it, Mrs. Horath? Give me a pencil and I'll show you exactly what she said. She said, here's how I give back my papers. You see this? There it is. Give it back. I said, is that all? So that's when I realized I wasn't going to make it as a teacher in high school. Okay.
All right, hand him the paper. Come on.
So I went on to Lakeland. That's where I did teach.
Or how most people call it, Lakeland.
Lakeland Community College.
Lakeland.
I think it should be called Lakeland
I
from
know.
now on.
Lakeland from now on. And there I got to do my paper, corrections. And that's how I'm become famous.
So, my fondest memory...
Yeah.
So before I even go into my fondest memory,
Okay.
I went on Facebook after I saw you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I was really excited. I was like,
Wow.
and I said to my social media following, and I was like,
Yeah.
I saw Mr. A.
Wow.
He's doing really well, and
Yeah.
people started asking questions.
Unbelievable.
And we have a class of 2003 Facebook group, and I just mentioned it there too. More people
He's
questioned.
shell shocked.
Were these people who were...
These are all your students.
Oh my God.
So I asked them to submit questions.
All right, I'm
So
dying to hear them.
before I
Don't
ask
die
the
here,
questions-
please.
Don't die here.
Yeah,
I mean,
please, God,
that's
not
a
live on
whole- that's a
camera.
whole thing.
Oh
Okay.
God.
And then my phone's gonna be evidence, and I can't
Alright.
play on my phone
Okay.
at work. But my fondest memory of you, and I
Yeah.
told this to you a couple weeks ago, was the Menor High Battle of the Bands,
Oh
2003.
yeah, you did a.
Yep.
I
My band,
remember.
Brew 52, was me, Mike Borsini,
B52.
and Brian Costa and Steve Mazzaro. We dedicated a Misfit song to you.
Boy, I'd like to hear that.
If I can ever find that tape,
I would
maybe Mike or
love to.
Brian has it. I don't know.
B52.
Brew 52, named after a Memorial Junior High teacher.
Okay.
But I got these 12 questions
Go.
from 11 people.
Okay.
So first one is from Mike Waterman. Did your car make it 1,000,000 miles?
No, but it almost made 500,000. You want to hear how many?
Yes.
It because Cal right here kept having to fix it, and he did fix it, but at 397,400 miles, he says, Peter, your car is dead. It can't be fixed anymore. There's nothing we can do for it. So then, you want to know what happened to it? It got compressed,
Oh.
and it died right there, and they had to take it away.
Should we show them your car now?
Cal said, I think you got your money's worth
Oh,
out
yeah.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, my friend Carissa Johan actually asked how many miles did that janky car have on it when it finally gave up.
Finally
So that
gave
answered
up.
her
Janky.
question.
Right, okay.
And nice use on the word janky,
I know.
Carissa. You don't hear that word too much. Dan Shutt says hello and sends you his best wishes.
Well, send him my best wishes.
All right.
You know?
This is a mean one,
Okay,
but you have a sense of humor.
yeah.
Mike Toth, I'm sorry, dude.
Toth, I remember that name.
Mike Toth.
Rings a bell.
He says, "Do you remember when he threw an eraser at your head and he got suspended?"
I didn't think anybody ever got suspended at Menor High.
Oh.
But Toth, the name, that must be the guy who threw something at me.
The eraser
The
was
eraser.
stated.
Yep.
Okay.
Jeremy Stenger, I hope I said these last names right.
Yeah.
How does your wife handle all of your eccentric ways?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, exactly. First of all, she sends me to the book club to get me out of her hair, and that. You want me to be honest, or I could make up a story, but
Honest, please.
it's an ongoing problem at home because she thinks that my mind is so preoccupied with Shakespeare and controversies and biblical quotations that I can't do ordinary things. So she accuses me almost every day on that subject. So basically, she's very private, and I respect her privacy, and then she lets me leave the house as much as possible.
She wants
We
you
get-
to. She wants you
we-
to leave the house
we
as
get
much as
along
possible.
Terrifically, tell him that, because she's a great cook, and we have good times together. We talk a lot, but the big thing is I have to learn not to interrupt when she's watching TV. Okay.
That's life advice we all can take.
All right.
So explain what book club is. Like
Oh,
we're
that's-
yeah.
Well, this is a very serious place. The book club is I give out reading assignments, and
We
these
will
are
show,
all the
yes.
books. These are all the books.
Most
When
of them are
like
Jewish
when
books.
somebody comes, I'll pick out a book for him. I pick out a book for Dustin. She can read. She's a speed reader, Lori, and the whole idea is, can they read in between phone calls and customers? We don't interrupt anybody's schedule, unlike Lakeland, where I was the schedule. Here, I have to get my words in edgewise. But everybody should know about our books. You can take them out for 30 days at no charge.
And when is book club?
Book club is officially meets from 10:30 to 12:30 on Wednesdays.
And you
But
are here every Wednesday.
I never miss because I'm a teacher.
Where
and
are
I
we?
forget.
Yeah,
Where
right.
are we right
We're
now?
at, where are we? We're at Dustin's Marathon. Everybody knows where we are. I thought this used to be Cal's, and
Dustin.
What's
took
the
it.
address? I don't think you know. I think you just know.
I
Your
don't
car just
even-
finds the way
I
here.
know the address here.
it's the corner of Lakeshore and Andrews, right? And they've got the best mechanics here. They can fix you.
And we have
John,
Dr. Peter
You have
Alsher.
Dr. Peter Alsher
Yeah.
here.
You have an Shakespeare intern. Hey, does anybody ask whatever became of me?
There we
Well,
go.
All right.
hold on. Hold
Oh,
your horses.
Let's get to that.
Oh. We also, Jeremy's also asking, is there a way we can follow you on social media?
No, not yet.
But Peter is published.
I am published.
Yeah.
I can tell you all my publications, but I have a feeling most people don't even want to read the play that I'm published about. And you want to know what happens when they call me up and say, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
Then I say, "I'm still publishing on my play." And they say, "Well, it can't be that hard. Tell me the name of it." And I travel across the United States. I'll read it when I'm on the plane, and I'll tell you what it's about. And I say, "Oh, that would be great." And then I tell them it's The Merchant of Venice. You can read any, edition or copy. I never hear from that person again. Nothing. They feel guilty because on the first page they read Shakespeare, and he doesn't talk exactly like the way we do. And that makes them feel bad, and they feel bad that they have nothing more to say to me. So I just publish to my so-called colleagues. So that's all right. There you go. But all you have to do is Google me, and you'll find my publications. All right.
Do we know how to spell your last name, sir?
Tell them.
Oh, I can barely spell my own
I
last
know.
name. Is it ALSHER? Almost?
SCH.
Oh.
Okay.
English language is tricky.
I know.
So go on.
Adrian Kovas, who was in homeroom with me, says, "No question, but I hope when he's not in teaching mode, he has the mouth of a sailor and is full of content."
Oh,
No.
Whoa.
Do you know what that
Alright.
means?
No, I don't.
A potty mouth.
Well, you know what somebody said about me recently? He's got a disorder. It's called ETD, excessive talk disorder, which means Peter has to say, he has to vocalize every single thought.
It's kind of like Tourette's, but it goes on for
It
hours.
can go on a long time. But
So-
watch me. I'm not saying anything.
Well, how will you answer the questions?
But I was gonna say, when Adrian asked this question, I kind of took a liberty and I said, "There's no way this dude has a mouth of a sailor, and how happy and smiley you are. There's
Oh,
no
that's
way you're
right.
full of content."
No, I
There's
don't.
no
I
way.
don't have any contempt for anybody, except here it comes, Donald Trump. I'm not any fan of his, and I know that almost everybody here is devoted to him. So, all right, let's get past that one.
My junior high classmate,
Yeah,
Kevin Cleaver, who I think was in the service for years.
yeah,
2 questions.
2.
First one you've kind of answered, but you can feel free to elaborate.
All right.
Is it true that you're a huge Shakespeare scholar?
Yes, I
Could you
am.
please
That
flip
is-
up your mask,
that
Yeah, flip
is-
up your mask.
Yeah, here, this proves
which
it.
matches his outfit?
This proves it. This is Shakespeare himself.
Pretty weird to see
And
Shakespeare's
he
mouth moving and
wrote-
hear your voice come out.
He wrote plays that everybody wants to watch because he talked about every problem. Okay, so I published. The only trouble with my views, as opposed to the Shakespeare establishment, they publish their views, is they say, "Oh my gosh, if Alsher is right about that play, we're going to have to revise our curriculum." In other words, he is rocking the boat of our scholarship, and we're on the boat. So better ignore him and hope, he'll wear himself down.
So real quickly, Holly said, "Oh man, did I miss the eraser part?"
Yes, you did. Holly.
Sorry.
But you can come back and watch
Yeah.
it once it's posted.
But I have a genuine PhD degree. I really have a degree. So what that means, in short, is that
For all of us dumb people out there.
for all
yeah.
I know you're not dumb people, but what it means is when I speak, I'm always right. You got that? And just kidding about that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. That's how you treat us.
No, I learned more from this book club than I have in the last several decades, because these guys are educated in their own ways. They can figure out problems. On
Yes, Jackie,
cars.
he still lives on Clear Air, and you can see him walking up and down all the time.
Yes, I'm still.
Yeah, if you're watching this
Yeah.
live, feel free to chime in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my
or you
God.
could read the questions
Oh my-
that are being
Oh my
chimed
God! Did
in.
you ask Jackie's question yet?
What was her
I am
question?
So nervous. This
No,
is the first time anybody
Not yet. I think he's
ever
down. I
asked
think
me.
she's down at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I don't have her question on the thing.
Oh.
Jackie, ask your question.
Type your question, Jackie.
Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute.
Alright.
And so Kevin also asks, any prediction on Cleveland sports?
Well, I told you, I guessed the score of the Ohio State versus Alabama, the big game that they played.
Okay, time
So-
out for that. First, you
Alright.
said that they called that they were playing Auburn. That was wrong.
Alright, it was
And you did not
Alabama.
even know who Marty Schottenheimer was when I said he died.
He's a coach.
Now you know.
All right. My wife explained all that to me.
Yeah, thank God for Kathy.
Yeah, thank God for my wife. I would be lost without her. So make sure that gets on.
Oh, it's on.
It's on. All
right.
This is live.
But Cleveland sports, I think the Browns are going to eventually triumph, but I can't tell you how, when. I'm not so sure about the Cavaliers, but we do watch quite a lot. My wife watches golf, but that's not a Cleveland sport.
No.
Let's see if you're paying attention. Did you hear about Tiger Woods?
Oh, did I hear
Okay.
that? Went off
That's
the
tragic.
cliff. Yeah. it
All
was
right.
very-
Yes, Jackie. He still lives on the street, Clear Air, and you totally he walks up and down with the mailman all the time.
Yes, I do. Don the mailman.
Yeah.
Don the mailman. He's
That's
famous.
awesome.
Nothing. I'll tell you one thing about Don. Neither snow, nor sleet, nor tornadoes, nor hurricanes, nor earthquakes can keep him from his appointed round.
Just Peter.
He just, I walk with Don a lot, and that's another way I get educated.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Next question.
yeah.
Jeff Kimberly wants to ask, are you still subbing at Menor High School?
No, I'm not. No, I am not, because I'm trying to write my book. Okay.
All right.
So I won't say any more than that, because
You should
otherwise-
tell them the title of your
Did
book.
anybody ask the title of my book?
No one knows you're writing.
you
a
just
book.
said
I
we're-
better
We're,
try-
this is news
This
for
is
all
live.
of us.
Oh,
They're
all
like,
right.
oh my God, he's
he's
writing
writing
a
a
book.
All right. The book has several titles, because I haven't decided on just one, but it's always going to be, say, life is an accident waiting to happen. How about that? So if you've ever had an accident, you want to read my book. And then right now, the subtitle is the question. This is a question to people who had serious accidents. Where was God, and what was He doing when I was having my accident? Whoa, that's
That's a heavy topic.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
heavy.
That's
Well,
a heavy topic.
I learned some of the
Peter doesn't do
answers
anything light.
at Mentor High School, but you'll have to read the book. I don't want to give away
No.
because
Hopefully you can find it on Amazon.
yeah,
Or a
right.
Plug for Amazon.
Plug for Amazon.
I love plugs.
It's going to take a lot of editing before it can be published. Okay.
So if anybody knows an editor out there,
Yeah,
Peter's
if
needing one.
somebody knows a professional editor because a lot of the book is personal. Okay. So go on.
So my buddy Julie Belfiore asks, where did you get your lion taming degree?
Oh my lion taming. That's a new one for me. Do I tame lions?
I don't know what
You must have said
I
something.
must have
I don't
said
know.
something, but I'm sorry.
We can just say Brangling Brothers, just make it up.
Well, I don't like to make things up, though. I like to tell the truth as much
The peanut gallery back there almost, their jaw almost hit the ground. Like, what did you see? Like, what the hell?
Sometimes exaggerate, but that's the worst. I wouldn't tell lies.
Here, I'll make up a story.
All right, go ahead.
The year was Sicily, 1935.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a Golden Girl.
And
reference
you
there.
you went to, where did you go? Dublin? Where'd you go? You could say it was in Ireland that you tamed the lions.
I went to Dublin, Ireland.
And tamed the lions, right? They were
Well,
trying to steal your Lucky Charms.
Well,
No one had the heart to tell him you can go to like Giant Eagle over there and get a box of Lucky Charms for like $4.
But I did go to college in Dublin, and I recommend Trinity College Dublin if you have failed in high school all the science subjects and still want to get an education. You won't get it in the United States because no one will take you, but you'll get it in Dublin, and you might even graduate first in your class. Who
Nathan
knows?
Pierce said, no question, but thank you for dealing with all of us former students.
Oh, well, what's his name?
Nathan Pierce.
All right,
He used to live down.
Nathan.
He grew up down the street from here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan.
Last I knew, he was a
Good to
pro.
hear
He was a
from you.
pro wrestling referee. That's what I remember.
Well, see, men are high prepared you. for
Oh
that.
Yeah, I mean, Peter,
I have
they,
no idea what
nobody
he's doing
prepared
now.
us for you.
yeah.
So,
Julie also asked, "What are your 5 favorite bands?"
oh my gosh.
These
I
are
thought-
going to shock you.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy, what a question. I have at least 25 of them. Oh my
What was
gosh.
that one you
Okay.
were rocking out to the other day?
Social Distortion. Sheryl Crow. I love the Stones. I love the Beatles. Oh my gosh. Australian Silverchair.
Oh,
I
wow.
love Silverchair. I like Alice in Chains. It's more like who don't I like? Jeez, I've got.
And you just got the Beastie Boys out of the library the other day,
Beastie
didn't
Boys.
you?
I got the She put me on the Beastie Boys, who I like. Ill.
License
License to Ill.
License to Ill.
Yeah. Hey, come right in. Don't let us disturb you. We're having our book club.
We're in an active business
Yeah.
right now, and customers are.
I like there's so many rock groups. You want to know my favorite classical?
What's your favorite classical?
One Brahms clarinet quintet, and on the other side Mozart's. That's when you're feeling kind of melancholy. You're not up to rock, and also like Bach. Lots of Bach.
No one's surprised about that.
Look at him.
I'm a Tchaikovsky guy.
All right.
Yeah, so,
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with Tchaikovsky. Nothing wrong.
And me personally, I'll listen to anything from
We're having a
classical
live
to
right
black
now.
metal. So
Oh, good.
I like all music.
I also like some heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of Metallica. And
Menor.
Iron Maiden.
Yes.
I kind of have. Oh, another one. Veruca Salt.
Oh, wow.
You don't leave out Veruca Salt. Here's one of my favorite songs. I'm spinning out. I can't control my car. It doesn't matter if you think you might be. You are. Okay, that's my favorite song.
So going on with
We
the
don't
music
see it.
questions,
Okay.
Brian Zimmerman asks,
Okay, what?
any fun concert stories?
Oh God. Not that. I haven't been to a funk concert. I don't know if I ever went to one.
In all fairness, I gave you a fun concert story.
About
Yeah, Peter, you weren't paying
1935.
attention.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
40953.
I've been concerts I'm a little weary of because of all the crushing people. I don't want to be crushed. So, but I've been to Rolling Stone concerts with my son.
Could I get 2 copies?
Cool.
What, 2 copies of this?
Stones are on my bucket list.
All right. Okay.
We got one more question.
Okay. Keep
That
going.
at least is on the list. I don't know if anyone's asked anything.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
last question is from my good friend Ashley McElroy. I cannot say your last name. I'm sorry. I've only known you almost 20 years.
Wow. Steve.
McElroy. Yeah, I can talk.
Okay, great.
But she wants to. The final question is. I think this is a sweet question.
Okay. What?
She wants to know: do you still frequent Shake and Steak with your wife?
Yes, but not frequently, because with the dreaded COVID, you can't go anywhere. But we went to Manhattan Deli
Oh, yeah.
just
Place
yesterday,
is good.
and I got to have blueberry pancakes. They went and got blueberries.
Alrighty, thanks. You're
And I
welcome.
also
Thank you.
go to
That was really
Jewish
quick. You guys did a
Fellowship,
great
Men
job.
of
Thank you.
Famine. I gotta plug them because they've got excellent blueberry pancakes. And so we go to yours truly. When we go to the Steak and Shake, we always have 5 kinds of, what do they call it? 5 spaghetti.
Oh, the 5-way spaghetti.
The 5-way.
Spaghetti, chili,
Chili.
onions.
Tell me about it.
I'm a big Skyline chili
Remind
guy.
me.
So.
All right.
And every week you go to Wendy's.
And every week we do go to Wendy's just because it's the nearest to us. But I'm glad you reminded me of Steak and Shake. We're going to have to go there real soon. Have the chili.
Are you going to try Cane's when it comes?
I'm gonna tell you this.
What?
So, you can't go into Steak and Shake
You
right now.
can't?
You can't. They got
Oh, the
but
dreaded COVID.
That's already COVID. But I will tell you this:
What?
Raising Cane's is coming in Willowdale. I hear it's good chicken. I'm not a chicken guy.
Okay.
What coming next to it, where the old Denny's is, Swenson's. Swenson's is by far, and everyone who knows me on this thing will be, Steve, shut up. You're just talking about Swenson's nonstop. Go to Swenson's
All
when it
right.
opens.
All
You don't,
right.
you don't
If
even have
you
to get
say
out of your
so.
car.
If you say so, Steve.
Trust me. I know
I
my
do
fast food.
trust you.
So,
You-
Kimberly Leroy said, "Oh, look how much older he is. She thinks you're cute. I'm sure that's what that means." And she said, "Hi, Mr. A. Sorry, we were all a-holes."
No, you weren't. I had good students there.
Aw.
You can put this down. I had one student who described in one word the character that I had been writing about for 20 years. And as soon as she said it, I said, "Wow, you got him. You got him right." Took me 20 years, and she nailed him.
And what was her name? I forget.
I forget. That is my problem. I can remember faces. I'll never forget you, Steve. I could recognize you and her and Tony.
And
there.
Heather Mason said, Cane's is pretty good.
Cane's is good. Okay, I'm
Not cocaine.
gonna
Cane's.
cocaine. Eric Clapton.
That's the 13th
Oh,
herbs and spices.
Cream. Put down Cream. One of my favorite groups.
Clapton.
Clapton. Eric Clapton. Oh, and of
This is my life every Wednesday, people.
Alex, the drummer, and then the guitar player.
Guns N' Roses?
No, not Guns
Alex
N'
and
Roses.
Chains.
He died recently.
Oh,
Come on.
you're thinking Rush.
Eddie, no.
No,
Eddie.
Van Halen.
Van Halen! Oh my gosh, he's one of my heroes because he played guitar from 6 in the morning till he dropped at night. And then I say to my wife, see, he played the guitar. He was born to do that, and I was born to talk. So,
True story.
true story. What is that? Look at that. What is that? Is that a bear?
Peter,
What is
that's her hat.
That's a hat.
Oh my God! Man. So there we are, Van Halen. I love that guy. He could do a solo
Oh, yeah.
for 12 minutes.
That eruption solo.
Eruption.
Yeah.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Is Is that that's all I have
That's
to
all?
say.
That's all you have to say. The video, it's over.
Man.
No, what about his solo in "Beat It" on Michael Jackson's song?
Oh,
he did an
yeah.
uncredited solo in that song,
Yes.
and he does that
I've
whole
seen that.
yeah. I mean, he does the whole sweep picking into the.
And then he
I'm a guitar
hits
player. I
it-
should know what this is called.
He hits
yeah.
the things,
Oh,
and
it's
he
phenomenal.
gets notes that nobody. It's all inspired by Bach.
Of
Oh,
course.
the
He does.
parallels between classical music and heavy metal are just they go
There you
together.
go.
If you look at the DNA and then instrumentations
Tell
of
me.
metal and classical
That-
music, they're
Why
very
aren't
similar.
you on television saying that? Because people
Well, we're live
don't
right
make
now
those-
saying it.
People haven't made that connection, but you
Shoot.
and Eddie, he played the piano. That's where he picked it up. No wonder he's so.
No,
great.
if you listen to bands like Dream Theater, they're a progressive metal band, no screamy, but
Okay.
they incorporate a lot of classical into heavy metal.
I gotta listen to them.
Oh, they're fantastic. Dream Theater.
Are they on YouTube?
Yes.
You do love your YouTube.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's one. Of
I'll
the
write it.
biggest-
I'll write it down for you.
All right, sources of information. YouTube.
Mhm.
Learn a lot from YouTube.
I was kind of hoping Dustin would come in for a plug.
Yeah.
He's out there talking to the who he thought was a bear. So
That scared me. Look at this.
your reaction
He-
scared me. I was like, what the
Oh,
hell?
I never saw anything like that.
I feel like Peter has
Oh,
ADHD.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, just the ADD. When you're definitely not ever HD, but yeah,
Theater, I'll put this down.
Oh, yeah.
there.
we'll see if Dustin will come in for a plug.
Yeah,
Huh?
I feel we need to thank Dustin
Oh yeah.
For
that's
hosting?
right. That's
for
good.
hosting this
Oh,
this
he-
lively discussion.
He is our.
So all right, so
host.
if we're gonna wait for Dustin, I'm gonna freestyle some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your favorite food?
Oh,
I know we
that's
kinda touched a
hard.
little bit on it.
That is hard. That is hard. A plug for her,
My
but
homemade
that's a
cheesecake.
dessert.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's dessert. That's her. You can't beat that. Homemade cheesecake. My wife loves it, and we eat that all the time. We still are eating it. But we can't answer that in one question.
Well,
because
a
there's so
few.
many.
A few of your
Oh,
favorite
Yeah.
foods.
There's Chinese. There's
Croatian.
Croatian. What do you call them? I forget these words.
It's a crow food.
The stew. Not the stew. The stuffed cabbage.
I know, I'm
Thai
coming,
food.
call, delete.
You big on Thai food.
And I like the matzo
Chinese.
balls.
Matzo balls. Oh, what about besides blueberry pancakes? There's pastrami. All right, sandwiches.
They want to put you on camera
Yeah, you got to get Dustin because
Oh, yeah.
without him,
for a plug.
you know, there's no
Huh?
marathon.
You gotta plug your business, dude.
You get come to marathon. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, I got to say
You can
two
go.
things
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
Dustin-
Okay, Jesus
Dustin-
criminy.
All Dustin has to do when people drive up is look at the car, okay, and he says, I know exactly what problems. He's got brake problems. he's got windshield problems. He could have.
Yeah,
he
we have
could
Peter problems every
could-
Wednesday.
He could have. What do you call it? The lines that take the oil. You know, he's got problems like that. But then the other thing Dustin will do for you is if your light bulb, you know,
Oh God, here's the story.
he says this is a true story. You take it to a dealer and they're going to say, well, we're going to have to look at the whole electrical, you know, connections. Leave it here and give us a couple of days. Well, Dustin goes back there, gets a light bulb, puts it in there, boom, it's working again. And if you buy enough tires from him, then he won't even charge you for that. So-
What? Shut, Peter!
We
Did you
buy
just
all-
now you give away free tires?
We buy all
Yeah.
our tires
Oh
from.
my God.
and we
He's-
get,
oh my
we
God.
don't go anywhere else to have our car serviced but right here. And John here has been,
John's on lunch, but thanks for that.
but since he was 9 years old,
Okay.
he was working on cars. So, and then there's Jimmy here and Fern. These guys just know what they're doing. They do it
And
fast.
Steve's dad comes here. We
I
say,
come
"Hey,
in-
there's Steve's dad."
I come
So
here.
you can't beat, you know, the marathon.
I've been coming to this location since I started driving.
Well, there you go. And don't
Peter too, since the horse and buggy era.
So tell us about
Since
the
the
Model
400,000-mile Toyota Corolla.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the car. I used to work on that car.
T. Any stories you want to tell us about the car?
It was a well-used car.
every month.
It went airborne.
something else had to be-
How about your new tires? Do they make your car go airborne, huh?
When my car accelerates, it goes airborne on those tires, and then it has to land.
Oh my gosh, Peter, you're cracking me up.
All
All
right.
right, before we have Dustin plug, I gotta ask you one question that only you and I are gonna get.
Oh, what's that?
Maybe like two other people.
What?
What's your favorite noodle kugel?
Say that again.
What's your favorite noodle kugel?
My
for
favorite
those,
noodle-
it's a Jewish delicacy. We're
Oh,
both
yeah.
Jewish.
Right.
Well, so I don't get
my
to talk
wife
Jewish
makes-
that much with people.
So
Well,
my
Peter,
wife
thank God he talks to us Gentiles.
to you.
He
See?
begrudgingly talks to
No,
us.
no. I've learned so much from Gentiles.
Jeff Kimberly says, "Hi, Mr. A. God bless you."
Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. I should put in one, what do you call it, plug for, I am a member of Am Shalom, okay? And I've been going there for 20 years. And on the high holidays, I get to read from the Torah.
Nice. That's a big honor.
And then I go to Jewish Fellowship. I wouldn't ever miss that, which meets once a month, okay, with my favorite guys who are they're like stand-up comedians, but they sit down.
Oh God,
So, and then I also
still
have to
hasn't
say-
answered the
I have to say that I also go to St. John Vianney Catholic Church, so I'm the only Jewish member that I know.
You're the only
of
Jewish
there.
Catholic any of us
and-
know.
So
So
I mean, not only do you invent guilt, you perfected it as well.
So one secretary at my doctor's office, when I told her, she said, "Okay, so I understand you're Jewish, but wait a minute, did you say you were Catholic too?" And I says, "Well, yeah, I'm a Jewish Catholic." And she says, "My, aren't you an overachiever?" Isn't that funny? I thought that was a riot. Nobody called. I've been an underachiever all my teenage years, and suddenly I became an over.
all right, what's the answer to the question?
What was the question? again?
Your favorite
Well,
noodle
it-
kugel.
It's what my wife makes, and
good
we
answer.
don't get that.
It is a
we
good
don't-
answer,
You
yeah.
don't get that.
Covering
from
the bases
Marx.
there.
You don't get that from Marx or Heinz.
Nope.
Okay.
I've never seen kugel at Mark's or Heinz.
Yeah,
No.
I've never even heard of it. So yeah,
Yeah, I never heard.
Leinenkugel I've heard of, but that's not the
Kugel.
kugel you're talking
It's
about.
a kind of noodles. I know.
But it's noodle kugel is a lot like the whole goulash thing,
Yeah.
where it's like, to me, goulash is macaroni and beef essentially.
Yeah.
To other people, especially Hungarians, it's a lot more different.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and everyone has their own version of a
There you
goulash.
go.
And I think noodle kugel is like that too.
Yes, there are always
There's
different,
different,
versions,
yeah.
always different interpretations.
Of everything,
That's where my
especially
scholarship
you,
comes
Peter.
in,
Yeah.
Especially
How much was your scholarship?
how much.
You always tell us this.
How much
Was
say
your
it again?
scholarship?
What is my scholarship?
How much was it? How much money did they give you?
Oh, yes. You think that Shakespeare doesn't pull in any money whatsoever?
You might wait to hear this.
At the University of Pittsburgh, my best friend, we write together on our play because we're the only two people who have this interpretation. He invites me to talk to his class, his law and literature class. He says, "Peter, you can talk about anything you want for 60 minutes. But when I actually get there, I find out that nobody has read the play.
Oh.
And it's hard to talk about a play. And then one kid was asked, what did he think about one character, okay, what one character said. And his answer proved to me he hadn't read the play. And so all I said to this kid, I was going to scream and yell at them.
Can you imagine?
And instead I restrained myself and I said to this kid, are you serious about that answer? And the kid started to shake because he knew he hadn't read the play to the end. And the whole class, they all started to shake. My friend Richard, they asked him to give them another period on the play so that they'd be able to answer my questions if I ever came back, right? Well, how much do you think he paid me for that one question?
I know the answer, but I'm not going to say.
Take a guess, Steve.
$500.
You're half right. $1,000.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So, but then I better tell you this, in case you all call me and say, Peter,
Oh,
can you
God.
talk to us for $1,000? My financial advisor says, you know how much teachers actually get for teaching for an hour? I said, no. He says, $10,000 to $15,000 if they've written a book. And I've written a PhD. It's 311 pages. It wasn't exactly a bestseller, but you can get it in the library. So the next time anybody
Plugging
says,
himself.
hey, that's what we do. Next time you want me to come to class, I'd love to do it. But the rates are going to go up. I might give you a discount. If I get to talk for an hour, I might only charge $5,000. But so, anybody listening, you want to make big bucks like that? All you got to do is get yourself a PhD, okay?
But not in
In your
Shakespeare, because
spare
that's really
time.
not much to teach there.
Well, he's the best, and he said everything. And he's worth reading. Get yourself a PhD, get it as quick as you can. I got mine when I was a traveling salesman, so you can do that too. And there you go. You've got it made.
There we go. There's Mr. A.
Right,
Thank
not
you
Mr.
very
B.
much.
Mr.
Not
B.
Mr. B.
Since
Thank
Dustin
you
stepped out, you want to plug? You want to do the
Where
plug?
did he go?
He went out there. Being lame.
Peter, where are we?
Where are we?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Is what I.
Wait, why do you have to go?
Because my wife wants me back for lunch,
And then?
and then where
Say-
do I?
Then you need a
Oh,
what?
then I need a nap.
I need a nap.
That's
God,
it.
yes.
I have a nap. So,
Yes.
well.
Oh my God, look at
it
he's
was a
packing
pleasure.
up.
It was a
Pleasure seeing you.
Who's this guy is a professional.
I thought you said, who is this guy? I'm like, what?
Reviewer. You should go on Facebook or something.
I actually have on Facebook. I have a Meatball Sub Review page.
No.
Peter, you know we're on
The-
Facebook
okay.
right
Well,
now
right
live.
down
You get? I
there-
don't think he gets
right
it.
down there is I like meatball sandwiches.
I call myself the Meatball Mensch.
No kidding.
Yep, I'm
You
on
make them?
I don't make them. I just
But
eat them
you
and
just-
write about them. We're actually starting a web series soon. Me and my buddy Scott.
Right. I love meatballs.
But here every Wednesday at Marathon Auto, you can see Peter about
can
10,
come.
10:30 on.
And
Right
here
on the
at
corner of
Auto,
Exley's Corners.
777 Lakeshore Boulevard.
You can get pretty much everything done to your car.
Yep, I feel the
Do I
need.
get a copy of these?
You can
Show
have
me?
this.
Thank you.
I have it in my email.
wife will be impressed.
Oh yeah.
That, you know,
Any last words, Peter?
Oh my gosh, I'm talked out. I
So-
I don't know what else to say. I'm
Let-
speechless.
Nice button.
I am speechless.
Let me ask you a question.
Q.
All right. If people seem to like this,
Yeah.
would you ever want to do this again in a few months down the line?
Sure.
Just
yeah,
a,
a few months.
yeah, a
Give
few
me-
months down the line or a few
yeah,
weeks.
Give me something to think
Yeah.
about, and I'll,
Peter, would you want to do it in a public place like a Panera and have them ask you questions and have like
No,
a
this
town
is-
hall?
This is the best place.
We can do a town hall. We can get some once you know.
We
once-
can have
No,
we can have
we
more
got
than
once
you
restrictions let
and
up.
Steve
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let me get some more chapters.
There's that
of
one.
my
There's that
book
one
done.
person. I forgot your name. I apologize. That lives on the same street as you. She can come up here and we can mod her. I forgot her name. She was very nice too.
On my street?
Yeah, there's a former student that lives on your street.
Let's see.
I forgot her name. I don't think she.
Somebody used to live by you on Bramblewood, she said. Jackie Duncan
Yes.
lived on Bramblewood.
Yes.
You were a neighbor.
And now she lives on
No,
my
I don't. There was someone in the original post.
Oh, and there.
Good credit. I'm not
No, just click off and click on.
Are you gonna, have you got,
Oh my God, he's on top of me. What? Okay. Steve will make it so that you can view it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm gonna share it to the 2003
Oh my
Menor High page
gosh.
where everyone can see it.
Oh no.
Yeah, you were well, received. We loved you as a teacher.
Well, thank
People, you made an impression almost 20 years later.
Wow.
So that's-
See, I always wondered.
Yeah. Once again, we're in a live business.
Yes, we are. Sorry. Marathon Auto, can I help you? Steve?
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Steve.
all
Bye.
right. Say bye.
Okay, bye.